got to the farm in the Runjin Sambo area of Sokoto in search of the bull, which the veterinary doctor had spoken of earlier. All of a sudden, we saw it, and the Brangus Bull is huge. It is black in color. When fully grown, it weighs an astonishing 2,000 kilograms. One source says the Brangus Bull lives for many years and is resistant to heat and parasites. It can also survive in harsh environments. This means the bull is bound to do well in Sokoto and its environs. The Brangus has its origins in South Africa, where there is an abundance of Brangus farmers. There are some 40,000 such bulls in that country today. There are a considerable number of Brangus bulls in Sokoto State, and they underline the livestock transformation project of the state government. One aim of this project is to improve the indigenous breed of cattle in the state by crossbreeding same with exotic cattle. This is a process of genetic modification which will improve the capacity of the cattle to produce more milk and meat. There is the use of modern breeding technologies such as artificial insemination and embryo transfer for the upgrading of indigenous cattle.
I think we have over 3 million cats. So we still maintain our own local bulls. We cannot be able to go up to 3 million of this, but we can as much as possible produce more of these improved, genetically improved breeds so that we make it more commercial.
Many farmers in Sokoto have received the exotic breeds. One of them speaks joyfully of the intervention by the state government.
Alhamdulillah, in 2018 to 2019, we received 9 cows from the state government. They gave us 6 heifers, Jersey breed and Brangus. Jersey breed, and they also gave us 3 bulls, Brangus and 2 Jersey bulls. They are all pregnant. After they get birth after 3 to 4 months of bringing them. We also receive loading facilities. We have loading ram, and we also have milking parlor.
He also comments on the milk he harvested from 1 cow per day.
There's great development in bringing those exotic breeds that I told you that we receive from the state government, because each 1 cow, we are getting almost 20 to 25 liters from each cow that we receive from the state government. Our indigenous cows here, the highest we can get from them is 2 to 3 liters. As I told you, we have Daleji, Rahaji, and Sokoto Budali. So the highest milk that we are getting from them is 2 to 3 liters. But this exotic breed that we receive from the state government, we are getting about 20 to 25 liters from each cow. Say we are getting 15 to 20 liters from a cow, that means we will get like 10 liters from her in the morning and 5 liters in the evening time. That's total of 15 liters if we are getting 15 liters from a cow. That's 15,000 for a day just from a 1 cow. And the lactating period of this exotic breed, it will reach about 310 days. Unlike local breeds, you know, local breeds, the lactating period they are not taking much time in milking them. The highest is 6 months. That's about 180 days.
Behind me, the early morning milking of the cow is taking place. Later, the harvested milk is taken to the Sokoto dairy plant located at Runjun Sambu. Caliphate yogurt is produced at the facility.
Sokoto Dairy Plant is a dairy company that is into production of homogenized and pasteurized milk that is being sourced from our cluster farms within Sokoto State. We have 11 cluster farms situated here in Sokoto State. Each day we request about 1,500 liters of fresh milk from our cluster farms. We have the capacity of processing 2,500 liters in a day, and after 8 hours, we can also go into second production of another 2,500 liters.
Sokoto State has vast arable land and has been rated as the second largest state in Nigeria in terms of livestock resources. It has 3.4 million cattle, 1.9 million sheep, and 2.9 million goats. Its geographical location makes it a host to cattle from Niger Republic and Mali. This has influenced the state government's decision to embark on the livestock transformation program.
We believe that the mainstay of our economy in the state is agriculture, of which livestock is part of it. And previous governments, including the federal, would always give prominence to the crop sector of the economy, neglecting the livestock subsector, which has been contributing significantly to the GDP growth of our nation. Secondly, Sokoto State, being the largest producer of livestock in the country, one of the largest producers in the country, stands a very big chance of improving the economy not only of Sokoto State, but also of the country through various ways. The federal government has already banned the importation of milk and milk products, and therefore there is a need for states to contribute in the scaling of the milk production as well as beef production.
Sokoto Gudali is one of the indigenous breeds common to Sokoto, a premium breed characterized by high performance in terms of meat and milk yield. One cow of this breed produces 3 liters of milk per milking. A full-grown Sokoto Gudali cow weighs about 400 kilograms.
The highest kg that this Gudali will reach is about 300 to 400 kg, but the Brangus can reach 1,000 kg within a short period of time.
When crossed with the exotic breed of cattle, one offspring of Sokoto Gudali produces up to 15 liters of milk per milking.
It is on the basis of this that the state felt we need to embark on this program. We did that taking into cognizance that there is also the need for us to improve the genetic potential of our own breeds, the Sokoto Gudali in particular. Of course, we have the White Fulani and Rahaj. We believe they are also good milk and beef producers, but cannot be compared to the exotic breeds, especially if you look at the issue of milk production, where they only produce 1 to 3 liters of milk, a maximum of 4 per cow per milking. Whereas, if well arranged and organized, it can be able to produce 10 to 30 liters of milk per cow per milking, which we are getting now. So, and for the beef aspect, our own breed produces between 150 to 300 kg and a maximum of 350 kg. But for now, we produce between 500 to 1,500 kg or even more.
History was made when Sokoto Godali was crossed with the Brangus Bull. This was the first time such happened in Nigeria. Sokoto's Ministry of Animal Health will soon name the hybrid that was produced. Controlled mating is an important and striking part of the livestock transformation project.
Control mating is very important when it comes to the issue of production. As I said, we have a meat-purpose cow and then the milk-purpose cow. Now, there is no way you allow random mating between the two if you want to go for milk or for meat. You understand? So for that, you have to control mating in such a way that you allow the desired bull to mate a cow at a particular time. You can only do so when you have a large number of corrals that can allow you to take a cow or a bull with 3 cows to a pen. It's a particular gene that will allow a cow to produce more milk. You understand? Each and every cow. Now, the Jersey Brown has that gene specifically for milk production. If you allow a Brangus Bull with a gene for milk production to serve that female cow with a gene for milk production, you are trying to compromise and then deteriorate the desired gene for milk production. So for that, you have to control mating. A female Jersey will be attached to a male bull in order to improve milk production, because the gene for both from both sides is purposely for milk production, and that will boost the milk quantity given coming from that animal.
In 2017, exotic breeds arrived Sokoto from South Africa.
It's a project not only for Sokoto State, for Nigeria, for West Africa. For my brief information, there is hardly any of this type of project in West African sub-region. This is likely to be the first. I am yet to confirm that, but I am sure I may not be wrong. So by the time it comes on stream, it is going to serve the whole of this sub-region. And I believe that we should be able, by the grace of God, soon to start the completion of this to go into phase 2 of it, so that we can develop it further and further.
We imported 117 exotic breeds of animals from South Africa in 2018, and this consists of Holstein, Jersey, Swiss Red, Brangus, and a combination of Holstein and Jersey. This we distributed to 13 cluster farms, and as a criteria, you have to be a practicing farmer with at least about 10 to 20 local breeds of ours, like Sokoto Cattle in particular, particularly. This is to show the level of seriousness as well as your own commitment to key in into the program. So we started that in 2018, and I'm glad to say that we have been reaping the fruits of this program.
There is an interesting background to the livestock transformation project.
Our initial concept of the ministry before I came was to bring in animals from Argentina. Even though at that time the consultant has advised against bringing it from there. So when I came in, I realized that the animals are to be brought in from Argentina. I said this may not be possible because in Argentina at 20 degrees Celsius, the animals will be panting. They may look like they are going to die. Now, how can you bring in animals that you have a temperature of over 40 degrees Celsius, at times up to 45 degrees Celsius, and you think they will survive? And so we suspended the idea.
Pasture development is very important to the livestock transformation program. There is a pasture development site located at Dogondaji in Sokoto State.
It's more or less like a virgin land now. It is more forested. And we are soliciting for the government to come into our aid here. We need assistance to clear this forest. If we can clear this forest, as you can see earlier, as you saw earlier, we have modern or state-of-the-art equipment that can be used to cultivate this land within short period of time. We have seeders that are no-till seeders. They can cover a large area of land within an hour. Like we have soya seeder, which that soya seeder is a precision planter that can seed or that can plant soya seeds of up to 2 hectares per hour. 2 hectares per hour. And you should understand that if you can plant 2 hectares per hour with a single machine, how many hectares can you cover within a day or within up to 1 week? So if we can cultivate the whole 171 hectares of land that we have here with grains and pasture, I believe in Sokoto will be a story that will cover the whole country.
Other indigenous cattle in Sokoto which are being crossed with exotic breeds include White Fulani, Daleji, and Rahaje. The latter is a breed indigenous to Niger Republic. A day-old female calf birthed via crossing Sokoto Gudali with Brangus is sold at an impressive sum.
The offsprings that we derive from those exotic JC breeds that we receive from the State government, we are selling, even if it is 1 day old, the female, we are selling her at 1,450,000. And we derive more than 100 offsprings just from these 3 bulls that we received and the 6 hypers.
A small calf can cost up to ₦1 million. So if you have that, you have about 10 of them, you have just 10 million at a time.
Initially, the pasture development site was established at Raba, also in Sokoto State. Rising insecurity in the area led the government to think of an alternative site. This is how Dogondaji finally hosted the pasture development initiative. In the Runjin Sambo area of Sokoto, there is a laboratory which is very key to the livestock transformation project. Equipment for artificial insemination and embryo transfer are available at the laboratory, which is part of the Sokoto Cattle Reproduction Center. Liquid nitrogen, essential to the preservation of semen and embryos, is also available.
We also have an artificial insemination and embryo transfer center. The essence of that center is to provide services, particularly not only to the cluster farmers but to the pastoralists and other livestock producers who may not have the capacity to purchase a bull that may cost millions of naira, or an animal of exotic origin that can also cost very exorbitantly high. So we decided to introduce artificial insemination and embryo transfer across the 23 local government areas which we've covered. We are still on, but the program has yielded fruitful results. For now, it's free.
The new wing at the modern abattoir has state-of-the-art facilities which will instantly turn Sokoto into a world-class location for meat processing and packaging when fully utilized. The state government is seeking an investor who will take charge of the new wing of the abattoir.
We really need to do PPP. It's the new in thing now. We build a new abattoir. We need people that are investors that will come from outside. They will come and collaborate with the state government on certain times. We have to go on concession. We agree. We will give you the abattoir. You will operate in the abattoir. These are our terms and these are your terms.
From the estimate we have done, this project can provide over 500 billion naira if successfully implemented for the state. And yeah, our budget is not more than 200 to 250 billion. Now you have almost a surplus of our budget, which you can use in some capital development projects.
A huge crowd is drawn to the Sokoto modern abattoir from dawn till sunset.
Abattoir is an industry. This is where you have more than 3,000 to 4,000 people getting their means of livelihood every day. So any industry that employs 2,000 to 3,000 people is not a small industry. You can see from the beginning, there are a set of people that goes to livestock market to purchase animals. Another a set of people. Another set of people will be responsible for transporting these people animals to the abattoir. Another set of people will have to keep the animals in the lairage for inspection. Another set again will have to move the animal to the main abattoir. Another set of people will be doing the casting to make sure the animals are down. Then some people, their only work there is to make sure they slaughter these animals.
Normally, in a day, we slaughter over 100,000. There's 100 cows, you understand? And then camel, 20 to 30 camels in a day. You understand? Likewise, in small ruminant, you understand? We slaughter 50 to 60 in a day.
A number of challenges have confronted the livestock transformation project.
Some of the challenges we have been faced in the abattoir is the issue of resistance from butchers. The butchers are used to their cultural or the old system of processing animals, and with the present agricultural transformation system, we need to change some of these their activities. The old way of processing animals, you have to change it so as to meet the international standard. If you have to export meat outside the country, there are some norms and culture you have to be used to. So all along, One of the challenges that is being faced is that of butchers not accepting the new techniques of meat processing. Like the issue of playing and processing meat using the electrical or mechanical system is being resisted. And similarly, transporting of meat in cold band instead of the normal wheelbarrow, which has public health implication, is one of those things they resist. The process of meat processing is a chain that you have to meet up. In the all abattoir, like you know, they are playing on the floor. But in the new abattoir, it is the rail system. The meat is being processed and processed on the rail. It has no contact with the ground, with the humans. There is less human intervention. You need minimal human intervention there. It is done mechanically. So you see, and health-wise, it also helps a lot. The issue of zoonotic diseases, so it has public health significance. And internationally, it's one of the things they need before you export meat outside. They have to know how you process your meat before you export. With this mechanization, at least you can export your meat because the health status required is there.
A butcher talks about some of the challenges at the abattoir.
Abin da yasa samun mota ba ta dauke mu gaba ɗaya. Shi a muhimmancin da yasa ba ta don ba ta dauke mu gaba ɗaya shi yasa ba ko mun shiga ba za mu cika ta kwarai. Balwalo ya daidai saboda an gaje an kasa wani ana sa matsaloli akan wajen ɗauka wajen mota. Mota tana ɗarmuwa ta tana cikin ta ya sai tsayinta kaga mutane na zaman jina a kai musu nama a kai tsaye ba a samu isa ga shi ba kai tsaye gaskiya. Sannan an gaje an kasa wasu ana samun matsaloli ruhure shi ke kawo hakan nan. Wanda tsaye ce wanga nashi na wanga ya ce wanga nashi na sai a samu matsaloli. Amma wulbaro ya tsaye zai kai je kai ma za a rihi wulbaro din da leda a tsaye a kai maka shi a kan teburinka.
Dr. Adamu Abdul Kadir comments on the power of enlightenment and how this can help to win over the butchers.
We have a lot. We have met with the leadership of the association on several occasions. We give them training. Even we train some of them on the way to process the animal in a modern way. So I believe with dialogue, I believe with enlightenment, this thing can be overcome in a short while. Especially now that the younger ones among them are coming up. Some of them that at least are educated halfway can be able to solve the problem.
The state government has received an award for its efforts, and the future looks bright for the Livestock Transformation Project.
The Brangus Society of the world gave me an award of the state and country for that matter that has the best Brangus production in the world. That is Brangus performance. We received it in 2022. I think it was in February or so that when we were there, I received an award. It was a surprise when they gave me the award. What they told me was that every year, they assess the performance of that breed across the world. And we never knew the time they came in here for an assignment, they went across all our farms where these Brangus and did their own assessment secretly without us knowing. It was after they went there, they said they have seen the performance of this breed, how we're able to maintain it with almost no mortality, at the same time also producing many good breeds. And they felt that there is no country in the world that has performed creditably well as they expected in the performance of the Brangus. And on that basis, we are awarded with the best in Brangus production in the year of 2022.
Conditions have improved around the grazing reserves.
Sokoto State happens to be one of the few states that have least farmers' class in the country. This is because of our holistic approach we have taken. We have 19 grazing reserves in the state. And what we did was to demarcate them. When we talk about demarcation, we ensure that when we say this is for the livestock, we don't expect any farmer to go in and plant his crops. If you do, we'll make sure that we destroy the crops and ensure that livestock lives there. And by implication, no livestock or no herder will be allowed to move out of that area to another place, a farm for the farmers. If you do that, we'll deal with you. The issue of pasture production, which is part of this program, is intended to cut across the 3 senatorial districts as a pilot before even moving down to each of the local governments. The essence is that if you provide pasture, you provide dams for water, the farmers will settle down, the livestock farmers, pastoralists. But if you build skyscrapers for them, and you think that they will stay, they will not stay if there is no feed and there is no water.
The veterinary clinic Sokoto is a very busy place. It is a plus as well as a boost to the livestock transformation project.
The future is not coming out because of bad Kano is too young. As such, we either do critical or cesarean section, that is CS operation.
This clinic is one of the busiest clinics in Nigeria. We have our records, that proves that. Last year we had about 17,000 cases. 17,000 cases that were brought to the clinic and were attended to by our clinicians. This year to date, that is from January to October, we're having 14,671 cases. 14,671 cases, out of which 2,733 were surgical cases, and then the remaining ones were medical cases. And these cases are spread across species. Ambulatory vehicles that are domiciled in the clinic are first of its kind in the whole Nigeria. The call duty vehicle is provided for transporting doctors that are on call and for farm visitations. No, it's not the same vehicle. The call duty is mainly for doctors, while the ambulatory vehicle is for visitation. That is, you take the services to the doorstep of the general public. And then the cluster farms that were designated for cattle breeding project, we also visit them and give them some interventions. These cluster farms are having their own doctors attached to them, vet doctors attached to them, but sometimes they may need our intervention in events where they are having cases that are beyond their capacity or they cannot handle. So they call our attention. We use this ambulatory vehicle or the call duty vehicle to rush and give them the intervention they may require. And then the hard to reach areas where they may require these veterinary services, but due to the terrain, they may not be able to transport their animals. So we carry ourselves and visit them and give them the required veterinary services using the vehicles provided.
The totality of the livestock transformation project has implications for the farmer-herder crisis.
We can cultivate our land if we can take ownership, full ownership of our land and produce a lot of livestock feeds here. I believe it will create job opportunities for our teeming youths here, and also it will help us to reduce the issues of this conflict of farmer-herder clashes, and also help our livestock herders that are moving all around the country or all around the continent in search of livestock feed.
Two pastoralists speak on life in a part of the state.
Yanzu akwai wanda sun ka ce shanu ba su kuma zuwa hadama wurin shan ruwa. Sannan mun ka tafi wurin shan ruwa wani bi muna ɗaukar kilomita 20 zuwa hadama wurin shan ruwa. Wasu sun tare muna burtula, sun kashe muna wurin kiwo. Hanyar da shanu ta sha ruwa babu hanya. Mun an haɗa mu ƙaramar hukuma ta rubuta takarda ta ba su, amma wallahi bai bari ba.
Tabbas an kawo mana shanu na madara da na nama, kuma bayan an kawo su ma daga cikin ɗan mata da maza aka kawo, kuma wasu mazan har sun bi muna irin wayanga shananen, su ma muna samun irin cross breeder haka, namijin wanda aka kawo sai ya zo ya barbarar tamu sai mu samu irin wannan irin.
Given the challenge posed by poverty, insecurity, and unemployment in the state, livestock transformation is significant. The opportunity around its livestock resources will help the government to upscale its economic prosperity as well as IGR, ensure food security, and reduce hunger and malnutrition.
In Lagos alone, they slaughter more than 9,000 cattle every day. So if we are to process our beef and take it there, we will be in business. That's what I'm telling them. But we have to scale up our production as well. By the time you slaughter all the animals you have, where are you going to source them? And that's why now the main foundation is to scale up our production. If we're able to do that, we'll be in business. And our IGR will be able to scale up.
Over the years, the government has provided support for students of veterinary medicine of Sokoto State origin.
We are getting a lot of support from the government, because initially from your day one, it was the state government that is sponsoring all your school activities, all the payment of school fees. It was the state government is doing it.
From 100 level?
From 100 level, it is the state government that is paying our school fees.
All the way?
All the way. And as a veterinary student, as you go to 400 level, you will get unemployment with the grade level 7. Grade level 7, they will be paying state government up to your graduate.
It have actually lessened our burden, not our burden, but say our parents' burden, because of the school fees they give us, the allowances, the project allowances, and then when you are through with your study, you have that assurance that you are employed with the state government.
If a number of challenges are overcome, such as policy reversals, insecurity, foreign exchange issues, and the resistance of butchers, when the project fully comes on stream, It will earn billions of naira annually for Sokoto State. It will improve the IGR, reduce poverty and malnutrition, and play a decisive role in reducing farmer-herder conflicts. This huge non-oil sector promises so much for this part of West Africa, which will become a hub for the livestock sector.